Hello, Elly here from Thankful Flow Yoga. Thank you for joining me for this core strength Vinyasa flow. So we are going to be flowing through, focusing on this core abdomen area, but also thinking about the core wrapping around our spine. So firing up that energy today, connecting with Manipura, our third chakra, which is also in this solar plexus area. And then leaving us feeling energized, stretched out, and hopefully that feeling of that shift in energy that you sometimes get at the end of your practice. So we're going to come into a comfortable seated position to get started, and I want you to take a couple of blocks if you have them today. If you don't have blocks, you could use books or something around the house instead. So just bringing that now, getting that ready. And then we're going to come down into a comfortable seated position and just bring one hand to the abdomen, one hand to the chest. Close down your eyes or take a steady gaze out in front. Begin to feel your breath moving within your body. With the hand that's placed on the abdomen, start to see if you can notice anything about how this area of the body feels. Does it feel hard or soft? Can you feel it moving with your breath? Noticing if it feels warm or cool. There's no right or wrong thing to notice. And connecting to this energy of Manipura today, which is all about our sense of inner power. That inner fire that we all have deep within us. And sometimes that can relate to the willpower to do the difficult things or make difficult decisions sometimes that we know is going to serve our future self, that we know is going to serve us in the long run, even if it's not what we feel like we need to do right now. So having that determination, that inner fire. It's also about putting the things we create into action, so it's quite an energy of doing. Just releasing the hands now. As you inhale through your nose, start to imagine a little flicker, a little flame flicker in your belly, like the flame of a candle. And as you breathe in, imagine this flame growing bigger all the way up to the back of your throat. And then as you exhale, imagine that flame expanding into the rest of your body. And each time you exhale now, imagine that flame, that fire expanding into the rest of your body. Imagine spreading that energy, filling the body up with it. Opening the eyes up now if you had them closed. And we'll inhale, roll the shoulders back open across the chest. As you exhale, round the spine, draw the belly button in, drop the head. Inhale, lifting, shining your heart forwards. And exhale, rounding, drawing the belly in. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, rounding. And then start to move in some circular motion. So we're really moving from the waist, starting to come around in some little circles. So moving into the side body a bit as well now. Noticing this whole midsection area, noticing how everything's feeling. Just checking in. And it's already a practice of Manipura and this energy that it represents by showing up on your mat today, by already being here on your mat. It's already connecting to that sense of willpower, that sense of inner power and fire and determination showing up and being here. Coming onto your mat. Well done, and coming back to center. Inhale, sweep both fingertips up, lift up and out from the waist. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale here and exhale, take a little stretch over to the right. Try and keep the arms in cactus. Feel that stretch down into the left side body. Inhale back to center, exhale, take it over to the other side. Inhale back to center. On your exhale, draw the arms in together. And then we'll just bow the head down. You can close the eyes for the moment. Just taking any intentions here. We're coming back to that fire energy, connecting to the fire element today. And lifting the head, releasing. Come into an all fours position now on your mat. And we're going to take a little sequence here, so starting to build up that heat. So stretching your right leg out behind, reach the left fingertips out in front. Inhale here, on your exhale, bring the elbow to knee, round through the spine, draw the belly button in. Inhale, reach the left arm out, reach that right leg back. And then bring your left hand down, see if you can keep that leg lifted. And I want you to pivot, so this right foot's pivoting around, so we're opening out now into this modified Vashisthasana with the leg lifted, so right leg's lifted. Then from here, inhale, exhale, bring the right elbow to the right knee, and release. Bring the right hand back down to the mat, so we're back in all fours. So it might take a couple of goes to get used to this movement. We'll take it onto the other side now. So left leg comes back, right hand reaches out in front. Inhale here, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, stretching back out. Bring the right hand down, pivot. Coming into right side Vashisthasana, leg lifted. Inhale, exhale, elbow to knee. Reach it back out. Come back down to the mat. Taking it on to the other side again. So right leg comes out, left arm reaches up. Exhale, draw it in. And stretch it back out with control. Left hand comes down. Pivot so that we're opening out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Reach it back out. And take it all back in. Other side, left leg reaches out, right arm reaches out in front. If you're wobbling, that's okay. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach it back out. Right hand comes down, pivoting out. Vashisthasana modified. And draw the right elbow to the right knee. Reach it back out. And then bring it back in. Last one on each side now. Right leg lifts, left arm lifts. Draw the knee to the elbow. See if you can reach it back out. See if you can really do all these movements as controlled as possible. So don't try and rush it. Really make these movements as graceful as you can. Knee to elbow. Reach it back out. Take it back down. And last one, left leg lifts, right arm lifts. Elbow comes into knee. Reach it back out. Right hand comes down, pivot. Vashisthasana. And take the elbow to knee. Reach it back out. And then come back into all fours. Well done. Take a deep breath here. Now, reaching the legs out behind, come into your plank position, shoulders above the wrists. Taking a couple of breaths here, strong inner line of energy. Drop the knees down to the mat. Lower the chest down, keep the elbows tucked in so you're on your front. Bring the hands behind, either take an interlace with the fingers or just reach back with the fingertips. Inhale, lift the chest. And start to see if you can take the feet away from the mat as well. So legs are switched on, coming into our locust position. Reaching back with the hands or the fingertips. Keep breathing. Exhale, release. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes under. And start to exhale, hips come to the sky, downward facing dog. Take a little pedal out through the feet here. Take any movement that feels good in your downward facing dog. Really checking in with the body, always listening to what your body needs today and taking that from this practice. We don't have to force anything here. Inhale, sweep your right leg up to the ceiling, find three-leg dog. Option to bend that knee. Keep pressing the mat away with your hands. Draw your right knee in towards the nose, pressing the mat away with your hands still, rounding the spine. Step the right foot through between the hands, reach the fingertips up, find your high lunge. Grounding into that front foot, come into your warrior three. Lifting the left leg, reach the arms out in front. So bringing the arms by the ears. If that's too much, you can bring them back into heart center. Breathing. Right hand comes down to the mat. Open up into your Ardha Chandrasana. Staying with me. Hand could be on a block here. And then starting to float the left hand back down to the mat. Take a big step back and we'll meet in a plank position. Open out onto right side Vashisthasana, so this right side plank. Option to bend through this left leg. And then plant that left foot out behind. Inhale, lift the hips and the heart to the ceiling. Find your wild thing. And releasing from your wild thing, coming back to plank. And we'll flow through a chaturanga, inhaling into an upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up to the sky. Find your three-leg dog. Option to open the hip, option to bend that top leg. Stay strong through the arms and the shoulders. Inhale, draw the left knee in towards the nose, rounding the spine. And then take a step through with that left foot between the hands, reach the fingertips up, find your high lunge. Bring your weight into the left leg. Find that warrior three. Press back through the heel of the right foot. Reach the arms up by the ears. So really using the core here. Really using the full body strength in our Virabhadrasana 3. Reach the left fingertips down to block or the mat. Open out into Ardha Chandrasana. Right hips opening up towards the ceiling. Maybe you can send the gaze in that direction. Just breathe into any wobbles and shakes. And then bring both hands down to the mat. Take a big step back to plank. This time we come into our left side Vashisthasana. So finding that side plank on the left side. Option to bend that right leg, lifting it away. Step the right foot behind. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the hips. Wild thing. And releasing from your wild thing, coming back to plank. Flow through your chaturanga, inhaling upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale back to your downward facing dog. Take a moment to breathe here, breathe into that space. that space we're creating within the body. Inhale, step the right foot through between the hands, and then sweep the hands around. We're coming into this Prasarita Padottanasana position, so wide leg position, toes pointing forwards. And we're going to bring lifting the chest so you're coming to roughly halfway, and bring your arms into a cactus position. Inhale, lift the chest, come up. Pivot the feet so the toes are pointing out. Exhale, sink down into goddess. Inhale, lifting, point the toes forwards. Exhale, fold down, Prasarita Padottanasana. Maybe seeing if the peace fingers can find the toes, keeping the arms bent, finding this little fold here. Releasing from that, arms in cactus. Inhale, lift the chest. Point the toes out. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, releasing, point the toes forwards. Exhale, Prasarita. Finding that little hook with the peace fingers around the big toes. If that's working for you, no worries if it's not. Arms back to cactus, last one. Inhale, lift the chest. Point the toes out. Woo! Exhale, sink down into goddess. I'm wobbling today too. You don't always get to see my wobbles and shakes, but trust me, they are there. Exhale, folding forward. Peace fingers around the toes. Bring some weight into the balls of the feet, or just hang down in your forward fold now. Breathing into the backs of the legs. And then you can float your hands back to the hips. Inhale, lift the chest, keep the spine long. Starting to come back up. And then we'll step the feet in a little and point the toes out towards the corners of your mat. Hands come to heart center. Exhale, bend through the legs, flow the hips down, come into your Malasana. So that could be hips on a block, could be the hips on the ground. Crown of the head's reaching upwards. Opening into the hips, the groin. Then floating your hips down to the mat. This is where the blocks come into play. So we're going to bring our blocks to roughly the side of our hips, and we're going to have our hands on the blocks for some of this sequence. So bring your hands behind the thighs, rolling the shoulders back. Really keep that space across the chest. Lift the toes away from the mat, coming into Navasana boat pose. You could either stay here or you're going to reach the hands to the side of the legs. I want you to lower down into Ardha Navasana, so this bowl shape. I don't know if that's a good explanation for this, but you know what I mean. Lift back up into your Navasana. Lower back down. Lift back up. 2 more, so we make it to 5. Lower back down. Lift back up. Lower back down. Lift back up. Place your hands on the blocks. Cross your legs. Lift your hips off the mat. And release. Come back to Navasana. Lower down for 1. Come back up. Lower down for 2. Come back up. You've got this. Lower down for 3. Come back up, keep breathing. Lower down for 4. Come back up. Lower down for 5. Come back up. Cross the legs. Lift the hips. And release the hips down. Well done. Take a big hug with your legs in. Drop your forehead down towards the knees, around the spine. Just taking a few breaths here. Seeing if you can feel the breath travelling into the back of the neck, maybe the other parts of the back, or maybe all the way down your spine. Just notice whatever you notice. Notice how that solar plexus area is feeling. We'll inhale, lift the head, release from the hug. Just pop your blocks out of the way to the side. Reach the fingertips out in front, draw the belly button in towards the spine, lower your back down to the mat. Lower an inch. See if you can lift an inch. Lower an inch. Lower another inch. Lift an inch. Lower an inch. Lift an inch. And lower down so that you're in lying position. Well done. Plant the soles of your feet on the mat roughly hip width apart. Keep the chin tucked in towards the chest, draw your pelvis up and in towards the body, and lift the hips away from the mat, coming into your bridge position. Holding here. Strengthening the muscles in the back of the body, the legs, the glutes. Well done, and slowly start to release the spine back down to the mat, seeing if you can bring the hips down last. Take a little window wipe with the legs from side to side. And then just releasing the legs, letting them lengthen on your mat. Bring your hands to the abdomen area, and I want you with your fingertips to just start gently tapping this area of the body. It might feel a little strange if it's not something that you're used to. Often tapping can really help to kind of get energy moving. So just tapping around the abdomen area. And as you tap around this area, just notice again, how does it feel? Does it feel hard or soft? And maybe noticing what your connection is like today to that sense of inner power, that sense of willpower within you, that little fire burning deep in your belly. And this is not to judge anything or label anything or criticize anything. This is purely to be just aware. To have awareness and to honor and accept whatever's coming up today. Knowing that it's okay, that it's not permanent. One of the things you can rely on in life is that there is constant change. And just releasing from your tapping now. Letting the arms come down to the side of the body. And we'll take an inhale through the nose. And breathe it out through the mouth. Just letting everything go. Rolling over to one side. And slowly making your way back up to your comfortable seated position on your mat. If you have longer, of course, please do stay in Shavasana for longer. Bring one hand back to the chest, one hand back to the abdomen. And just gently press your hands into the body, notice that connection. Having gratitude for showing up on your mat today, doing this practice. Opening the eyes and releasing the hands when you're ready. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice. I hope that you enjoyed it and found it beneficial. Do comment, feedback to me on how you're getting on, and do subscribe to this channel. It's completely free. There's other links below to other videos that are on here that you might like, and other things that I offer. So yeah, just thank you so much, and I can't wait to hopefully flow with you again very, very soon. Take care. Bye bye.